Hi everybody, I hope you're having a nice Friday so far. If you've not been to my stream before, hi, I'm Emily. This is my second Twitch channel where I do my video game streams. I have a main Twitch channel where I do music streams. Clarinet is my primary instrument. That's most of what I do right now are clarinet practice with me, but I'm currently in the process of learning how to use the looping station I bought. So I'm hoping to do some live looping streams sometime in the not too distant future. But let's go ahead and get started. Maybe Twitch just changed something in their settings that changed that visually for me. Yeah, so we're trying to get to the Phalanx missile battery. I believe the objective really is to shoot the cannon off at the Big Reaper destroyer. Twitch does struggle a little sometimes, but it's okay. The one thing I try to remind myself is that, like, Twitch and such, I'm gonna die talking and not paying attention to what I'm supposed to be doing. Twitch and everything is run and programmed by humans, and humans make mistakes even when they're trying and doing their best. So I try to, even when I'm frustrated by it, I feel like it's inconveniencing me, I try to be mindful of that and cut them a little slack because it's only in my own head. This is my least favorite thing about stopping off in like the middle of things, because when I leave off like right at a fight, it takes me a second like to get into fight mode and actually be able to like play well and not die. I don't want to use up all of our Metagel right at the very beginning. But I can get here up on their feet. Almost died for a second because I was being careless, but I didn't. I saved it. So we're all good. Oh, and there's a Metagel thing right there. I don't need healing. Not right now. I'm gonna wait and get it so I can heal us if I need to. And then hopefully, because I don't know how many Metagel are in it. It might be more, but you can only take as many as you have openings for. You understand. I just want to make sure I make it there. Did that Marauder just like drop on my head? No. No, there's one over here sneaking behind us. Sorry, Edie, I almost shot you in the head, or I may have shot you in the head a little bit. Ugly little guys, aren't they? They're not really scary, not like I find the Banshees to be. The Banshees are not like super scary, but they are scarier looking than the cannibals are.
We wait for it to get close. Annihilate it with everything we've got. Our gun, hidden systems are buggered. Roger that. Our engineers are on it. Think it's got something to do with the beam.
Oh, nope. My friends are feeling brave. They can go run right up to the brute. I'm gonna hang back a little bit. I think there's a second one back there. Maybe not. not. They usually come in pairs. They're usually 2 brutes at a time. Oh, I know where the other one is. I remember. Usually there's no stuff to loot in here. If I remember correctly, it's just going to burst through the wall. Once I get close enough, so I want to hang back just a little bit, you know, so I can make a hasty retreat. Yep, there it is. Go over. There we go. Oh, I did the wrong easy attack, but that's fine. Oh, there are 2. No, there's 1. No, there are 2. Thought there were, but they were like on top of each other for a moment. Run away. They followed me. Good job, friends. Of course, I did run away and just like leave them to handle it, but I kind of hoped they would just, you know, handle it. There he is. Okay, handled that reasonably well.
Going for the tanks! Protect the tanks at all costs. Without those missiles, we've got no chance.
We don't get much time to process it, but we get a little bit of insight into what it was like here in London after the Reapers attacked, but before we got here.
All units, open fire! Where's our fire support? We need reinforcements on them!
It takes so much to even just bring one of those Reapers down, and we're fighting like an army of them. I don't even know how many there actually are supposed to be. And only the small ones actually land on the planet, which is wild to me. Wait. That's a little better.
There's the artillery.
The company's been wiped out.
Commander, do you read me?
Major, what's the situation?
The beam's interfering with missile guidance. We can hit the destroyer, but we'll never make the precision strike we need to take it out.
Damn it!
I may have a solution. I should be able to use the Normandy systems to enhance the missile's targeting capabilities. I just need to create a link to the Normandy.
going the wrong way.
That's it. I'll let you know when I've adapted the targeting systems.
Sounds like good news, Commander.
We'll see.
Hammer, this is Admiral Anderson. The Reaper ground forces are making a push. Hold your ground. Protect those tanks until we can get a shot.
You heard him, people. Get ready.
All three of us. All three of us are gonna protect the missile launcher, I guess, or the controls for the missile launcher. It'd be nice if we had some backup. I guess the implication is that a lot of them didn't make it down to orbit. I think the Reaper's up there. Well, that's what we were told. It wasn't implied, we were straight up told. My goal with the cannibals here is to try to take him out quickly before they throw grenades at us. Because whatever plan I think I have, the grenades always mess it up. Did I give up with the Reaper? Can that happen? I was not low on health and I just dropped. And I don't know why. Maybe I was low on health and I wasn't paying attention. Maybe I got hit by that though. I think that's something that can happen, that like I avoided a lot the first couple of times I played this. And so then I forget that it can happen. Didn't we activate it already? So maybe coming for us? Use the phone booth for cover. I guess the phone booth full protecting from Reaper speed. It's a fun little feature the London phone booths have. I got behind us again. Get off me, get off me, get off me. Oh, that's not fair. I was healing. Did I... That's really different. Try a different place to hide. Slash. Ooh, we're gonna save that for later. I'm gonna save those for later too. Full. send my friends forward. Can I make them come out?
You got it.
Probably.
Understood.
I've been going about this wrong, but to me it seems like the smart thing to do is to pick off the foot soldiers, or in this case the cannibals and the husks, and kind of leave the marauders for later, because they tend to kind of hide and cover anyway. Well, this one snuck up on me. And then especially take out the cannibals because they throw grenades at us. But maybe I'm wrong about that. They are kind of coming from all sides, aren't they? Shockwave, but that'll work. Clear for the moment, but I don't think this will last long.
Commander, we tried to hold them off, but they destroyed our trucks. Overwhelmed our position. Your left flank is gone. They're headed your way. Sorry, sir.
Hang in there, soldier.
Heads up, we got more incoming.
Watch our left flank.
Shoot it. That's what I'm saving the Hydra stuff for. Still look here, I'm not pick that up just yet. Oh, and I missed. Of course I did. Oh no, maybe I kind of grazed her because it looks like her barrier's gone. I think I got too comfortable. Yep. I don't think it was the second mansion I got, but I think there are two here. And I got a little too comfortable facing off with that one.
Your left flank is gone. They're headed your way. Sorry, sir.
Hang in there, soldier.
Heads up, we got more incoming.
Watch our left flank.
Oh, I wish Garrus could have gotten it before he threw the grenade at me, but outside again. He is mad. I don't have a second missile launcher, that would be handy. Go, go. Crouching behind. Gonna be I can't see them now. Edie, I need you to stay on your feet. I think she has like the lowest shield stat. And I knew that when I brought her along, but I wanted her incinerate. I think she's been very helpful. I do feel like I have to work extra hard to keep her on her feet. That is
got it.
Impressive.
You heard her.
Multitasking,
Back
though.
to the truck, people.
If she can like fight and also recalibrate missiles.
Missile guidance enhanced.
Firing!
Countering interference.
Did it hit?
What happened? The Reaper is still too close to the beam.
We're down to 2 missiles.
And we haven't even scratched it.
You will need to allow the Reaper to move out of the beam's influence.
And closer to us.
Commander, Hammer's being overrun at every turn. Reaper ground forces are converging on your location. We're fighting our way to you. Hold on, Commander. Hold on.
Another wave. Incoming.
Hold on, everyone. We can do this.
We're about to find out. Here they come.
She sounds like release tracks for the first time like in the whole series. It's like you have to hear the worry in her voice. frustrating for the rest of us. And they bring a backup buddy. That's good. I'm glad they have backup buddies. This many buddies. Really enough? This is enough. Where I think I really just have to survive this. I just need to get to the missile launcher thing once it tells me. I just gotta not die for a bit. Oh good. We needed a harvester also. We were just missing that in our collection of beasties. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Don't more die. Wasted a minute job. I think it saved my life. At least it's looking hurt. Maybe it's bad of me to think, but please go bother my friends instead of me for a minute. Where am I? I can't even see myself. Nope, nope, nope. Use it, use it, use it. I'm just getting shot at from everywhere, everywhere. Okay, that's not fair. It's not fair. I finally healed myself. I finally regenerated my barrier, and then second man, she got me. I'm gonna go somewhere different. Maybe I should have left the Hydra missile there. But this stage of the fight. Ooh, there's more Managel over here. Okay, good. Could you please leave me alone? I don't want to talk to you. Okay. Oh, now I'm gonna run over here. Nope, I don't have time for you, Marauder. I'm going over here. It'd be helpful if the Reaper could take out like some of its own forces. Level the playing field a little bit, but I don't think that's going to happen. What's the other Vanguard? The one that we weakened. Deal with that one first, but I think that's it. Just regenerated barriers.
Commander, the destroyer is in range. Missiles are...
Okay, great. Tell me that now while I'm like on the opposite side of the courtyard. No, I'm not doing this. I'm gonna make it. I'm gonna launch the missile and I'm gonna live. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna do it. Not the wrong car. I can do it. I can do it. No. Okay, did it.
Reaper is within range.
Firing!
Going down!
Hit him with everything you got!
Destroyer terminated.
Nice work, Eddie.
Shepard, we're on our way to your location.
Roger that.
Shepard! Over here! Thank God you made it.
It didn't look good.
It gets worse.
Of course it does.
Hackett just reported in. Several Sovereign-class Reapers, including Harbinger, have broken off from the battle with Sword. They're headed here.
Harbinger?
It's an opportunity for Hackett to get the Crucible in place. But we have to get a team on board the Citadel to open those arms now.
We still don't even know what we'll find when we get to the Citadel.
Then that's our job. Find out what we're up against.
All right. Saddle up, everybody. Get me Admiral Hackett. It's now or never, Admiral. We're going in.
Acknowledged. I'll send the word. All Sheps, this is Admiral Hackett. The Crucible is on the move. I repeat, the Crucible is on the move. Protect it at all costs. Everyone, this is it. Any available squadrons, delay those Reapers leaving the battle. We've got to give Hammer more time.
From here on in, it's a straight shot to the lead.
A straight shot with Reapers trying to crush us along the way.
We just need to get a handful of troops through.
That all?
We knew this was going to be a gamble at best.
Can't think of anyone else I'd rather do this with.
Feels like this fight's always been ours to finish.
We're in sight of the target.
All right, everyone. This is it. Shit. We gotta move!
Come on!
Hammer squads! Go, go, go!
Why can't I be in the Mako? Why do I have to do this on foot? I guess the Makos aren't faring that well, but still.
Normandy, do you copy? I need an evac right now! Come on! Here. You gotta get out of here.
And you've got to be kidding me.
Don't argue, Garrus.
We're in this to the end.
Please,
No matter
nothing
what
bad.
happens here, you know I love you. I always will.
Shepard, I love you too.
I appreciate him wanting to stay, but like he is all banged up.
Go!
He can't help in that state. 80 is looking a little worse for wear too. I think that's the only time in the game, aside from when that body belongs to Eva Corey, that it looks all messed up. But she's still standing. I guess she could always make it up. Or have another one made.
God. They're all gone.
Did we get anyone to the beam?
Negative. Our entire force was decimated.
Where did Major Coates
Too
even
much.
go?
We need to regroup. Fall back to the buildings.
He was with us before, and now he's missing. He's a disembodied voice.
Allies wiped out. All forces, retreat. Pull back! Pull back!
I tried really hard not to die in this part, but like when it can still happen when you're playing on Insanity, especially Marauder Shields. There he is. Marauder Shield. And he got me. It's so unnecessarily difficult on Insanity. It's one of those things though, I swear, I didn't have a problem with it. I mean, I can't remember the first time I played on Insanity of difficulty if I had a problem with it or not, but like, I didn't have a problem with it until I learned about the Marauder Shield's lore, and the running joke is that he's the actual last boss of this game, and it really is really annoying if you're playing on a higher difficulty. His shields are really strong. All you have is this stupid pistol, and you can just die trying to make it to the beam, and I have to do this over and over. So if it takes me a few tries, I'm sorry. I've had a big killed by the husks before too. And you can aim a little bit, but it doesn't really help super well. And everything I've looked up for how to make this a little easier if we're gonna play on higher difficulty, it says like to just shoot from the hip and not try to aim, and to get headshots, which is a little bit easier sitting close to the computer screen like this instead of like watching it on the TV across the room. But I find it difficult in this setting to do it well the first time. Or at all. See, I feel like I'm hitting him but doing no damage. Maybe I'll try aiming this next time. What I have done when... Yeah, this is a very difficult part. I don't know if I could call it the most difficult part, but this is unnecessarily difficult. It breaks the flow, I feel like, of this final sequence. But when I'm playing it on my own, I just, like, last opportunity I had before the last cutscene starts, I just down the difficulty again, because I've already unlocked the achievement. And, you know, so on the Xbox and all that, so I don't, not here, which is why I want to do it, because I've never played it on Steam before. but I haven't unlocked the achievement for playing it all the way through on Insanity. But I would just like down the difficulty before like the last cutscene, so that I still get like the challenge of having to play the main game, you know, on Insanity, but I don't have to deal with this at the end. But I wanted to show you like a realistic, like all Insanity playthrough of the whole series, and this is part of it, unfortunately. But like I said, the first time I played Insanity, I feel like I didn't have an issue with this, so I don't know if it's one of the things that because I became aware that it was difficult, it then became difficult. Or the first time I played Insanity, I also played as a soldier because I thought that might make it easier for my first attempt. So maybe that play class made this easier, but I don't know. Okay, good. Alright, that was what, third try? So that's reasonable, not disgustingly bad. But yeah, I believe the running fandom joke is that Marauder Shields there is the actual last boss of the game. It's a little anticlimactic. It made me a lot, but the Reapers, when they do that, they always remind me a bit of like the Master Hand from Smash Brothers.
Holy shit, she did it. This is the Admiral. We've got reports that someone made it to the Citadel. We need to give them time to get those arms open. All fleets converge on the Crucible. Protect it at all costs. Shepard. Shepard.
Anderson, you up here too?
I followed you up, but we didn't come out in the same place. Oh, at least I don't think we did. What's your surrounding look like? You okay?
She looks worse off now than she did after she'd just been put back together by Cerberus in the second game.
I feel like death, but I'm moving. It's dark. There's human remains scattered.
Sounds familiar. I'm in a dark hallway. Reminds me of your description of the collector base.
Makes sense.
You think they're making a Reaper in here?
Sure. They round them up on Earth and send the people up here to be processed.
Goddamn abomination. I'm gonna keep moving. The sooner we blow these bastards back to hell, the better. The tubes don't go on forever. But where the hell are we?
Yeah. Doesn't look like any part of the Citadel I've been to.
Not Reaper, Keeper. What's Keeper doing?
Whoa.
Anderson?
One of the walls here just realigned itself. The place is shifting, changing.
Are the Keepers doing that? Are they making the Citadel like shift around and
There's a
change?
chasm here, and more hallways
exit.
I see something up ahead. Might be a way to cross over.
Don't get too far ahead of me.
Where do you think you're at?
Just found that chasm you were talking about.
Hold on. I see something. A control panel, maybe. I'm just gonna go on ahead.
Anderson?
I wonder, like, how much of the Citadel is hidden possibly by the Keepers from all the people that live there. I mean, Anderson doesn't live here, but he's never seen this part of the Citadel before. I wonder if he felt like he'd seen all of it, so it was unusual for there to be a part he hadn't seen. But the Citadel is massive. I guess it's possible one person could travel around it enough to see almost all of it.
Anderson!
Shepard! I can't!
I underestimated you, Shepard.
What have...
I warned you. Control is the means to survival. Control of the Reapers, and of you, if necessary.
They're controlling you.
I don't think so, Admiral.
Controlling me is a lot different than controlling a Reaper.
Have a little faith.
How is he controlling
When
them?
humanity discovered the mass relays, when we learned there was more to the galaxy than we imagined, there were some who thought the relays should be destroyed. They were scared of what we'd find, terrified of what we might let in. But look at what humanity has achieved. Since that discovery, we've advanced more than the past 10,000 years combined. And the Reapers will do the same for us again, 1,000-fold. But... only if we can harness their ability to control.
Bullshit. We destroy them, or they destroy us.
And waste this opportunity? Never.
You're playing with things you don't understand. With power you shouldn't be able to use.
I don't believe that. If we can control it, why shouldn't it be ours?
Because we're not ready.
No. This is the way humanity must evolve.
There's always another way.
I've dedicated my life to understanding the Reapers, and I know with certainty the Crucible will allow me to control them.
And then what?
Look at the power they wield. Look at what they can do.
I see what they did to you.
I took what I wanted from them, made it my own. This isn't about me or you. It's about things so much bigger than all of us.
He's wrong. Don't listen to him.
And who will you listen to, Shepard? An old soldier stuck in his ways, only able to see the world down the barrel of a gun? And what if he's wrong? What if controlling the Reapers is the answer?
If we destroy the Reapers, this ends today. But if you can't control them...
But I can!
Are you willing to bet humanity's existence on it?
I know it will work.
You can't, can you? They won't let you do it.
No! I'm in control. No one is telling me what to do.
Listen to yourself. You're indoctrinated.
No. No! The two of you so self-righteous. Do you think power like this comes easy? There are sacrifices.
You sacrifice too much.
Shepard, I only wanted to protect humanity. The Crucibles can control them. I know it can. I just...
It's not too late. Let us go. We'll do the rest.
I can't do that, Commander.
Of course you can't. They own you now.
You'd undo everything I've accomplished. I won't let that happen.
Oh, good. I did it. Right. So there's a little bit of a glitch here. Apparently it's the same in the Xbox one and the PC one. I don't know about PlayStation. I've never played a PlayStation version of this. But in order to get this final dialogue option not be grayed out, either the Paragon or the Renegade one, you have to choose the same one all the way throughout. Like the same, you have to either choose all Paragon or all Renegade. Except on Thessia, for some reason, the values are flip-flopped, and they didn't fix it for the Legendary Edition. I don't know why. Maybe that would have been a more difficult fix. I don't know. But that's the key if you want that consistency. You have to kind of be inconsistent on Thessia to get this outcome.
Because of you, humanity is already undone.
That's not true!
They have the Citadel. They've got us fighting each other instead of fighting them.
I just need to...
You've done exactly what the Reapers wanted. You're still doing it because they control you.
They're too strong.
You're stronger. Don't let them win. Break their hold. Don't let them control you.
I tried, Shepard.
This is it, everyone. The alarms are opening.
Commander?
We did it.
Yes, we did. It's quite a view.
Best seats in the house.
God. Feels like years since I just sat down.
think you earned a rest. Stay with me. We're almost through this.
You did good, child. You did good. I'm proud of you.
Thank you, sir. Anderson?
Shepard? Commander.
What do you need me to do?
Nothing's happening. The crucible's not firing. It's gotta be something on your end. Commander Shepard.
I don't see. I'm not sure how to...
Commander.
Wake up.
What? Where am I?
The Citadel. It's my home.
Who are you?
I am the Catalyst.
I thought the Citadel was the catalyst.
No, the Citadel is part of me.
I need to stop the Reapers. Do you know how I can do that?
Perhaps. I control the Reapers. They are my solution.
The solution to what?
Chaos. The created will always rebel against their creators. But we found a way to stop that from happening. A way to restore order.
By wiping out organic life?
No, we harvest advanced civilizations, leaving the younger ones alone. Just as we left your people alive the last time we were here.
But you killed the rest.
We helped them ascend, so they could make way for new life, storing the old life in Reaper form.
I think we'd rather keep our own form.
No, you can't. Without us to stop it, synthetics would destroy all organics. We've created the cycle so that never happens. That's the solution.
You said you're the catalyst, but... what are you?
A construct. An intelligence designed eons ago to solve a problem. I was created to bring balance, to be the catalyst for peace between organics and synthetics.
So you're just an AI?
In as much as you are just an animal, I embody the collective intelligence of all Reapers.
But you were created.
Correct.
By who?
By ones who recognized that conflict would always arise between synthetics and organics. I was first created to oversee the relations between synthetic and organic life, to establish a connection. But our efforts always ended in conflict, so a new solution was required.
The Reapers.
Precisely.
I met your creators. They told me what you did to them.
We did as we were expected.
They said you betrayed them, that you turned them into Harbinger.
When they asked that I solve the problem of conflict, they failed to understand they were part of the problem themselves. The flaws of their organic reasoning could not perceive this. They lacked the foresight to understand their destruction was part of the very solution they required.
Well, they've joined this war now.
And I welcome their involvement. I am only facilitating their request.
Every time I watch that, I'm not sure if the Leviathans are responsible for creating this Star Child person. My takeaway, well, I guess it's not really a takeaway, I don't have a conclusion, but like, way back in, I believe it was the first game, I pointed out there was a planet that talked about a Volus who had been there and had seen what they called beings of light, and nobody really believed them, and I always thought that was kind of like a point ahead to this situation. Now, the problem with that reasoning is that supposedly, well, no, it's not supposedly, at some point the story was changed a bit from I think what was originally intended. The lead writer on the series didn't actually work on the third game. The man who wrote the novels, his name is Drew Karpyshyn, and there's some implications throughout the second game that make it seem like he was planning on a different ending, and I am fingers and toes all crossed hoping that that's what they bring back for I'm calling it Mass Effect 4 in my head because I don't really think of Andromeda as part of this series at all. It's kind of a spin-off, it's its own thing. I don't think of it as the fourth Mass Effect game, I just kind of think of it as a Mass Effect game. But I'm hoping they'll kind of go down that route because there are a lot of like little bits put in the second game with Tali and the Quarians. That's what I was trying to say. Wow, Tali and the Quarians studying the dark energy on Haystone and how that sun was dying prematurely, or that star for that system was dying prematurely. And I think it's not just me. Like I've seen in spaces in like fandom spaces, other people talking about this, so it's not an original idea by any means, but that like maybe he was leaning towards this story where like the Reapers are actually trying to save the galaxy from being destroyed or ruined by all the dark energy that's generated from using like the mass relays and all that technology. And it is kind of sad that like plot line or that storyline was kind of abandoned ultimately for this game. I don't know why. I've seen a lot of speculation about why they changed things and all that, and I don't really know. I don't have enough information, I feel like, to comment on why that happened, but if they bring it back in the fourth game, the next game, I feel like that could be really interesting. Like, you have this big story that is basically concluded and Shepard's the hero, but then you find out like later, was stopping the Reapers the right thing to do, or was getting involved in this the right thing to do? Is like the galaxy doomed because of all the dark energy? I don't know. I think it could be really interesting to explore. But I'm curious about like that mention of the beings of light and whether or not it's meant to be tied into this little Star Child person.
Where did the Reapers come from? Did you create them?
My creators gave them form. I gave them function. They, in turn, give me purpose. The Reapers are a synthetic representation of my creators.
Leviathan.
Yes. They created me to oversee the relations between synthetic and organic life, to establish a connection. They became the first true Reaper. They did not approve, but it was the only solution.
You said that before. But how do the Reapers solve anything?
Organics create synthetics to improve their own existence, but those improvements have limits. To exceed those limits, synthetics must be allowed to evolve. They must, by definition, surpass their creators. The result is conflict, destruction, chaos. It is inevitable. Reapers harvest all life. organic and synthetic, preserving them before they are forever lost to this conflict.
Not to ruin the mood or anything, but all the little fighters zooming around behind Shepard's head are reminding me of that old arcade game Asteroid. It just kind of looks like what's going on in the background.
We're at war with the Reapers right now.
You may be in conflict with the Reapers, but they are not interested in war.
I find that hard to believe.
When fire burns, is it at war? Is it in conflict? Or is it simply doing what it was created to do? We are no different. We harvest your bodies, your knowledge, your creations. We preserve it, to be reborn in the form of a new Reaper. Like a cleansing fire, we restore balance. New life, both organic and synthetic, can once again flourish.
What do you know about the Crucible?
The device you refer to as the Crucible is little more than a power source. However, in combination with the Citadel and the relays, it is capable of releasing tremendous amounts of energy throughout the galaxy. It is crude, but effective and adaptive in its design.
Who designed it?
You would not know them, and there is not enough time to explain. We first noted the concept for this device several cycles ago. With each passing cycle, the design has no doubt evolved.
Why didn't you stop it?
We believed the concept had been eradicated. Clearly, organics are more resourceful than we realized.
But you're taking away our future. Without future, we have no hope. Without hope, we might as well be machines, programmed to do what we're told.
You have hope, more than you think. The fact that you are standing here, the first organic ever, proves it. But it also proves my solution won't work anymore.
So now what?
We find a new solution.
Why are you telling me this? Why help me?
You have altered the variables.
What do you mean?
The Crucible changed me, created new possibilities, but I can't make them happen. If there is to be a new solution, you must act. It is now in your power to destroy us. But be warned, others will be destroyed as well. The Crucible will not discriminate. All synthetics will be targeted. Even you are partly synthetic.
So if we choose destroy, the red option, we lose not just the Reapers die, but so do all the Geth, so does Edie, so do any other AIs or synthetic beings that are up and about. They lose all of them. It won't just be the Reapers.
What exactly will happen?
Your Crucible device appears to be largely intact. However, the effects of the blast will not be constrained to the Reapers. Technology you rely on will be affected, but those who survive should have little difficulty repairing the damage. There will still be losses, but no more than what has already been lost.
I assume that means that also the Star Child person would be gone.
But the Reapers will be destroyed?
Yes, but the peace won't last. Soon, your children will create synthetics, and then the chaos will come back.
There has to be another way.
There is. You could instead use the energy of the Crucible to seize control of the Reapers.
So the elusive man was right after all.
Yes, but he could never have taken control, because we already controlled him.
But I can?
You will die. You will control us, but you will lose everything you have.
So, she would become like, I guess, a supercomputer in her own right in order to control Reapers, which is what the elusive man wanted. which means they would still exist, but she would be able to stop them and influence them and prevent this harvest that they're conducting from happening.
How can I control the Reapers if I'm dead?
Your corporeal form will be dissolved, but your thoughts and even your memories will continue. Your connection to your kind will be lost, though you will remain aware of their existence.
But the Reapers will obey me?
Yes. We will be yours to control and direct as you see fit. There is another solution. Synthesis.
And that is?
Add your energy to the crucibles. The chain reaction will combine all synthetic and organic life into a new framework, a new DNA.
Explain how my energy can be added to the crucible.
Your organic energy, the essence of who and what you are, will be broken down and then dispersed.
To do what, exactly?
The energy of the crucible, released in this way, will alter the matrix of all organic life in the galaxy. Organics seek perfection through technology. Synthetics seek perfection through understanding. Organics will be perfected by integrating fully with synthetic technology. Synthetics, in turn, will finally have full understanding of organics. It is the ideal solution. Now that we know it is possible, it is inevitable we will reach synthesis.
Why couldn't you do it sooner?
We have tried a similar solution in the past, but it has always failed.
Why?
Because the organics were not ready. It is not something that can be forced. You are ready, and you may choose it.
When did that happen previously? What evidence was left behind that was something that was tried or attempted? Like, that was synthesis between the organic races and the synthetic races. Like, he talks about it like it was this big thing, but like, there's no other in-game implication or in-story, in-universe implication that something like that happened. You think there would, and maybe there's a tidbit somewhere I missed. If you've been watching these, you know I don't sit here and painstakingly read through all of the codices and all like the planet descriptions and all that kind of stuff. So it's possible I missed something, but it seems like a really big it's not a plot hole, but it seems like a big thing to say that like this was tried before and it did not work. Like, usually things that are tried and fail on that scale leave like evidence at minimum that it happened, if not some like big impact. So I've always wondered about that.
I don't know.
Why not? Synthetics are already part of you. Can you imagine your life without them?
And there will be peace?
The cycle will end. The Reapers will cease their harvest, and the civilizations preserved in their forms will be connected to all of us. Synthesis is the final evolution of all life. The paths are open, but you have to choose.
There is a secret option D. If you've not played before, you could refuse to choose any of these three, try and shoot the Star Child, and then basically the Reapers continue their harvest and everybody dies, and it's sad. And so we're just going to ignore that one. I've never actually done that when playing it. It feels too awful. I have chosen the three main endings on separate occasions, and I do agree with people. This is my favorite game series, and this is my favorite game in the series. I love the soundtrack. I love the way the character development all comes to a head. There's so much to love about it, but I do take issue with this ending in certain parts of it. I don't have a problem with, this might be a controversial thing to say, but I do not have a problem with the fact that we are left with these choices kind of regardless of all the other stuff we did in game. I think it is believable and for me acceptable that no matter what you do, like no matter how hard you try to have like the perfect playthrough or like get everything right, there are things that are still outside of your control. Things are still outside of your Shepard's control, things that he or she did not know, could not plan for, could not prevent. I'm okay with that. We could talk about whether or not there was it was rushed, or I don't want to call it laziness, because I don't think anybody who worked on this game was lazy, but was there something that caused everything to be rushed by the end of development that maybe led to some lazy storytelling in the way? Like, that's a different argument, and I think it's a valid one. But the idea that like that things were just bigger than Shepard could comprehend or plan for, I don't have a problem with that. I also like that each choice is flawed. There's not a perfect outcome. When I first played it, I chose synthesis because it feels like that's what the game is kind of herding you towards. Now, like, I mean, there's some of this is just my opinions, but I feel like your player character is going to kind of be a reflection of you. And I think for this playthrough, I have kind of stuck. Shepard and I have been mostly in alignment, you know, with choices. And I dislike synthesis because I'm a big believer in bodily autonomy. I think basically what happens if you choose this is you are kind of merging, like the synthetics gain organic traits and the organics gain synthetic traits, changing everyone's bodies. So if you believe that the synthetics, the AIs, that they are individuals with free will, then you're kind of taking that away from them and changing something about that. And the same being true for the organics. But I don't like that. It doesn't sit right with me. I don't think it would sit right with my Shepard. Would it bring peace immediately? I guess so. But, I mean, it also could lead to an interesting story in the future where people have to deal with the fact that this was done to them. And, like, yeah, maybe it stopped the conflict and maybe it brought peace, but, like, I could see someone having a bit of trauma and being negatively affected by that. So it could open up some doors to interesting storytelling, but, like, as far as like a choice of like whether it's the right thing to do, like that's the big thing that doesn't feel right to me. The control makes it the wrong way. The control ending, I feel like, is not something my Shepard, or really any Shepard, would choose, because that's what the Elusive Man wanted. That's what Cerberus was working towards. And we've spent the whole game just railing against that. It seems like a big change or shifting character at the very last minute to do the thing we were desperately trying to stop one of our greatest enemies from doing. So, and also, like, if you're a Paragon Shepard, yes, maybe taking control of the Reapers ends up okay. But if you're a Renegade Shepard and you take control, like, that's got some not so great implications, you know? Because, like, Renegade Shepard could range anywhere from, like, depending on how Renegade you go, right? Could range anywhere from, like, chaotic good to true neutral to chaotic neutral to well, you can't really do a Paragon and make it lawful evil, so you could be a Renegade like a lawful evil, I guess. It's possible. That'd be difficult, I think, to create, but like it's possible. But like you could be full on like chaotic evil too, and like just sicking that on the entire galaxy doesn't sound like a great plan. I mean, if that's your playthrough, that's your playthrough. Go ahead and do it. Like if you're doing a full Renegade playthrough, I think control is the option to choose. The problem with destroy is obviously that we're going to lose all our synthetic allies. There's no discrimination. It's the organics win and the synthetics lose, and like it's not a great option, right? Because we have the Geth, who have been our allies since we ended the conflict on Rannoch. We have Edie. We meet AIs in other places throughout the game, some of them more benevolent than others, so I'm sure there are others in other places that like are perfectly fine, helpful AIs. And also with the way we ended the conflict on Rannoch, all of the Geth, their internal programs have been like coalesced into one sentient self-aware AI, so they are all individual people now and not just a bunch of programs. So that makes it extra complicated. So I like that it puts us in a situation where there is no clear-cut correct answer, and where each option has something like not great, you know, not palatable about it. I've played it. I've done all of them, and and people will argue about this like all the time in fan spaces. I think it's great when people discuss like their perspectives on this story and in what their takeaway, because we all have kind of a unique experience with it. Like, I don't like when people argue about it and insult other people for having a difference of opinion. It is just a video game at the end of the day. It's a fictional story. It's all in good fun, or should be all in good fun. But there's only one ending that I feel like makes sense to me with my Shepard and everything we've done and played in the story so far. And it's not great and it's not perfect, but it's the only one that makes sense. So that's what I'm gonna go with. I've been very careful not to say like how it was gonna end it. I thought about polling everybody red, green, or blue just to get your perspective, but just gonna, I don't know. I'd be curious to know after the fact if the way for those of you who've watched this having played yourself before, if it was obvious or not what I was going to choose by the end of it.
war is over. The Reapers have been defeated. Against all odds, and in the face of the greatest threat this galaxy has ever known, we survived. We suffered many losses. The relays are severely damaged, but we won. This victory belongs to each of us. Every man, woman, and child. Every civilization. On every world. Now, as we take our first steps toward restoring what we lost, we must remember what it took to win.
Oh, baby Crooked.
This wasn't a victory by a single fleet, a single army, or even a single species. If this war has taught us anything, it is that we are at our strongest when we work together. And if we can put down our grievances long enough to stop something as powerful as the Reapers, imagine what we can achieve now that they are defeated. It will take time, but we can rebuild everything that was destroyed. Our homes, our worlds, our fleets and defenses. All of this, and more. Together, we can build a future greater than any one of us could imagine. A future paid for by the sacrifices of those who fought and died alongside us. A future that many will never see.
Edie's name's on the board.
And while we still have many challenges ahead of us, we can face them together. And we will honor those who died to give us that future.
Did that all really happen?
Yes, but some of the details have been lost in time. It all happened so very long ago.
When can I go to the stars?
One day, my sweet.
What will be there?
anything you can imagine. Our galaxy has billions of stars. Each of those stars could have many worlds. Every world could be home to a different form of life. And every life is a special story of its own.
Tell me another story about the Shepard.
It's getting late, but okay. One more story.
I believe that voice is Buzz Aldrin. I'm pretty sure that's who does that voice there. Anyway, I believe if Anderson was standing right there with Shepard, he would advise Shepard not to still destroy the Reapers in spite of everything. I hate that it means you lose Edie. I hate that it means the rest of the Geth die. I hate that, but it's the only ending that makes sense for me in terms of what I personally would choose and how I think Shepard, like trying to get into Shepard's head, how I think they would choose, particularly my Shepard. Yeah, I like how she's become the Shepard too. It is not based on a book, but the original lead writer for the game, Drew Karpyshyn, he wrote 3 novels that kind of fit in between the installments in the game. So like the first novel is a prequel to the first game. The second novel goes between games 1 and 2, and the third novel goes between games 2 and 3. But unfortunately, he didn't lead the writing team on the third installment of the game. So he may have had a different ending planned. And if he did, I think he's kept pretty quiet about it. Maybe someday we'll know. The best thing, Bioware's been through some stuff the last several years. And I think the best thing, they didn't ask me and they don't care what I think, but the best thing I think they could possibly do, if they really want the next Mass Effect game to actually happen and come out and be a success, would be to get that man back and to get like all of the project leads from the original production team back. And just get back to basics as far as like this game series is concerned, and I think that would be the smart thing to do. I don't want to call Mass Effect Andromeda a mistake, but I think trying to make it like an open world game was a mistake. I think that is a lot of resources that you need. This game, I think I've heard it described, and this is pretty accurate, is like linear with guidance, like linear with freedom, right? It's not an open world game. You have some freedom in when you do what, but the game kind of steers you in a certain direction. I think it's the same kind of format as like Dragon Age Origins, which I think works really well. I think if you want an open world game, you go to like Elder Scrolls, right? You go to Skyrim. If you want really awesome storytelling, it used to be anyway, you come to Bioware. And there's good storytelling in Elder Scrolls too, don't get me wrong, but it's not quite the same. You know what I mean? You kind of get the amount of story you want to have, you know? Like, you don't have to dive deep into the lore. But, like, this game series really kind of, and Dragon Age too, really kind of immerse you in it. But, yeah, I choose, to get back to my original topic, I don't think there is such a thing as a perfect ending for this, and I'm really okay with the ending not being perfect. When you're playing from the point of view of one human character, like, it's okay that like there are some things that Shepard still doesn't know that don't get fully resolved. There are some things I feel like as like the audience it would have been nice to have like little tidbits, maybe the information we had the characters in story in game don't have, that could answer some of our questions for us. But if you're going for the authenticity of this, if you are kind of Shepard, like you're, you know, for all intents and purposes, same person, like you can't know everything. You can't know everything there is to know about every possible outcome, and you can't know the perfect thing to do, the perfect solution, whatever. When I hear people say like they gave up on this series or didn't play all the way through because they learned that your choices don't matter by the end of the third game, I think that's ridiculous. I think that's silly. I don't think the choices do not really matter in terms of your final options for how to resolve things or not if you go with secret option D. But it does matter along the way because your interactions, if you're big on storytelling and that sort of thing, I feel like all the interactions you have with everybody, all the characters in game, all the choices you make in game, they really shape who Shepard is when he or she makes that decision at the end. And I think that can carry a lot of weight. So what I was saying about, like, I choose Earthborn hero as my canon Shepard because of the destroy ending. In my head canon, Earthborn Shepard was an orphan, never had a family. And this story is about her cultivating her chosen family. And by the end of it, like, I don't think, because she kind of knows, like, there's this, if you go with destroy, there's that little hint at the end that, like, maybe she has survived. But yes, if you knew everything, the world would be smaller and I think less believable because of that. But because my Shepard was an orphan and she had no family, and this whole series has kind of covered her, like, gaining this chosen family and learning to really trust and rely on them, and vice versa. She couldn't, like, at the end, you know, even though, like, you know, maybe she survived the Undefeated Destroy, I don't know, that's kind of open to interpretation. She's, you know, she's probably, in that moment feels like she's not going to make it. She's going to die. This is the end of her. She's not going to leave all these people that she cares about in a galaxy with this threat still there in some form. I don't think she could do it. I think the only way she could feel like she would have peace is to remove that threat, to just totally remove it from the situation. So I feel like it might even be short-sighted in a way. Like, I still have issues with the bodily autonomy question when it comes to synthesis. I don't feel like I or my Shepard would force that mental and physiological and emotional change on everyone. That's stepping all over their free will, taking it away to, you know, it's one of those, like, greater good arguments, right? Like, who really is qualified or has the right to make those greater good calls? And so, like, maybe then control would be a better option. And if you're a Paragon Shepard, sure, like, she takes charge of the Reapers. Her goodness, her sense of, like, justice and right and wrong influences them. Then maybe it's all fine. But that's a big gamble for one person to control the synthetic super race and just always do the right thing. Because I think effectively she becomes immortal then. Like, does that mean, can she change? Can she, like, is she going to, I don't know, is she always going to do what's in the best interest of everybody else? Or is it just going to become about her vision of the greater good? I don't know. I do feel like Control's an interesting ending if you are playing a mostly renegade Shepard. The overtone, like, with the final, so you choose destroy Admiral, not Admiral, wow, I just totally blanking on his name. Not Anderson. Somebody help me. I know Hackett, Admiral Hackett. There we go. Admiral Hackett does that voiceover. If you choose synthesis, it's who is it? Whose voice is it? It's Edie's voice. Edie narrates it. And if you choose Control, it's Shepard narrates it. And so the narration for Shepard and Control, if you're Paragon versus Renegade, is slightly different. It is a little bit more of an ominous overtone if you are a Renegade Shepard choosing Control. And I think that can be an interesting story, like an interesting, like, ending to the story if you've played Renegade throughout. Because then, like, it's this whole series becomes the story of a villain instead of the story of a hero, which I find to be, like, a villain who, like, kind of saves everybody, but, like, did they really, you know, if they just took control of everything? I don't know. But that's one of the things I also love about this game, is that Shepard can be, like, it's hard, I think, to find a video game where the player character is a compelling character. And yes, there's some variation based on how you play. And obviously you could end up with a not super great playthrough story-wise if your choices are kind of all over the place. But I think if that's what you're after, you can cultivate a really interesting and compelling Shepard story no matter which way you go. And I love that about this series. I can't think, the only other game where I feel like the player character is very compelling and has, like, an arc that is actually kind of dramatic is another Bioware game, is Dragon Age 2, which is actually my favorite game in the Dragon Age series, very controversially. Yes, it has issues too, but I'm a character person. I love interesting characters, and so in that game, I feel like does that for me. But there are issues with it too. When I say, I feel like I shouldn't have to say this, but sometimes I think it bears repeating. When I say something is my favorite, or I really like it, or really enjoy it, it doesn't mean it's perfect. It doesn't mean that there are no flaws. It doesn't mean that I don't or can't or won't critique it. It just means that it resonates with me in a certain way. And sometimes there are like certain things that just kind of stick out as being like more important, not more important, but more significant, I guess, depending on who you are and your perspective than the things that you take issue with. So yeah, I'd be interested if any of you have an opinion, like what's your canon ending. I will offer no judgment. Like it's a fictional story. This is all in good fun. Like I said, I don't like when people get butthurt over someone disagreeing with them on their canon ending. I think they're all interesting. Like I said, I've played them all. Destroy is just the one that resonates with me the most as the way my version of the story should end. But yeah, this has taken like a year and a half almost for me to play through this on stream. I really appreciate you all hanging with me and watching it. Oh, see, we have, if I wanted to, I could play through again and do all the other endings, but yeah, I'm not going to do that. And it actually ended up working out perfectly. I had 2 full streams out of this ending segment. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your night. Have a really nice weekend, and I will see you again soon. Bye.